Something had just come up early this morning when I got up. Whoops. 12:52 p.m. Sunday, June 7th. Apparently it went out sooner or later while I was turning it. Anyway, whatever. 2:53. The last night, this morning, I was talking with Deanna when we were having our early morning coffee, and all of a sudden, I started seeing something. I was looking around at what's going on. I kept getting there's some source family members talking on the other side about wanting to hurry for me to hurry up and get out of here now, but there's something else, a part of me detached somewhere that's apparently close to getting me out of here, but just wanted to wait a very short time more. And when I was talking with him, that part of me yesterday, he said that there was something about to happen. Bad. It's and it kind of relates to me personally on a personal level, but not for the reason you might think. The more you wake up your metaphysical abilities, the metaphysical part of yourself, your physical body, but your metaphysical energy is making a run, and it comes out through your body and allows you to use some of your metaphysical abilities. While you're stuck in that body. However, I started, Deanna and I were about to get the day going, and then all of a sudden I saw a plane, a military type plane, but it wasn't the U.S. military, but yet it was. It wasn't, it was a U.S. military plane, but there were people in it. There was someone flying it and then one officer in it. And he kind of had jump stuff on, and he was looking down and outwards, like he was going to jump. But if he had a chute on, it wasn't. He had something on, but probably some kind of emergency chute or something, whatever. But they have smaller chutes now that they open up sideways. You can travel better with them. But I understand as I go to look at things when I see him, what's really going on. So, and then I saw him put this, then I just relaxed, let go of the image, and I started feeling it and looking at it like, okay, what's really going on here? And it was message that I was giving myself, but a part of me out of the body. So I went and looked at it. The guy had some glasses that were like a light orange color with the full plastic rim, like they have in like the military offers, or they used to offer when I was in there. The kind of orange colored. But if you look at the lenses, it had all kinds of little computer data and mapping and stuff like that on there. They were like you might see in some of the windshields of these fighter planes that we have. It shows you coordinates and everything else. But it was to map out data. And then they were going near the White House, but not to the White House, going out around the basic area. And he was using the glasses to actually focus on what's down there. Now, something is going on with information having been taken that these people are going to hijack. They're going to get a part of it, and they're going to use it to their own good. Now, I say these people, there's 20-something people totally involved in it. There's only, or that know about it, maybe as much as 28 that'll know about it before it happens, or before it's supposed to happen. And there's less than 10 of them that are involved right now, and they're flying from all over the place. They're flying from different places around the world. I'll show you. I can't remember the name of the place. I have to look it up on Google Earth. It's going to be nice to have a new information system that's not Google and everything else. It's the Anunnaki minions that used to do with the problematic Anunnaki on this planet. They would tell these little minions what to do and who to bribe and threaten and everything, who to control. They had all this money, and now the minions are running around with it. It's a last desperate attempt to take over the U.S. to make it communist. It's funny as hell. Anyway, let's see. I'm at Tunisia. They're on the way there, or just arriving, depending on who it is that's getting there. I saw them flying across the desert. I saw them flying across the Atlantic Ocean. But they're all meeting in Tunisia. And this is funny. I used to do this stuff with the FBI all the time. It'd piss them off. Then the next day I go out for coffee, and then they're following me and looking right at me. It's like, could you be any more obvious, you know? And I was just person in overalls. There's nothing flashy about me. That's obvious. And wearing overalls is not the kind of alarm that would set someone off. Everyone and everything means a lot to me, but this country is important to me. So are many others, but I've spent a lot of time on this country, and the White House is important to me. Do you know why? And before I go there, I want to tell you something about the White House. So anyway, there's these people there. Some of them are in a government. There are plans from the last 8 years, not last 8 years, from the Obama administration. Obama did what he was told. Okay, and he was told, you do this, you do that, and he said, okay, you know. And it's controlled by the minions. At the time this was set up, it was done by the problematic Anunnaki. They got taken out in 2016. They controlled this planet for 10.25 million years. And the Drak and some of the real, the home planet Anunnaki, the good folks, not the problematic ones that were their own little tribe of idiots, crazy pirates, whatever, when they came here and started running things almost planet-wide. Planet-wide as far as the people, but there were other ETs underneath Antarctica that they couldn't control, and they didn't want to bother trying. They only cared about controlling the humans. So anyway, so when it was going on, that's what happened. These people got put in charge. There's people coming out of the woodwork all the time in the government. All the key players were taken out of the Pentagon, et cetera, by Obama. And Obama actually put in these czars, CZAR. He called them czars. Why would he do that? Why would he even use that name? It's communism working its way into the country. It's about to be completely taken out. Okay. Anyway, so we have these people, these head people. There's 5, 6 of them that are meeting. 8 people in them. 8 people are going to be in a room. And anyway, they're putting together a plan. They're literally going to take a small atomic and attack the White House lawn, which will blow up the side of the White House. The way I see it in my head, doesn't have to be exactly like this, but as you're looking right at the White House, to the left of the White House and in front of it a bit is where they set this limited atomic nuke off. And it totally blows apart from the center to the left side, a little more just to the right of the center to the left side of the White House, and more damage. It gets rebuilt, and the whole intention is to paint it black. That ain't gonna happen. So anyway, they have that. That's their intention, is to do that. And there's about 28 people on the planet that actually will be aware of it by the time it happens. By the time they try to make it happen. But they're there right this moment. They're there at the time I'm making this video. They're there doing it. But they're in the meeting, planning it in Tunisia. So as soon as I put this on the internet, that's going to get them a little freaky. They know about me, but, I'm a tired old beat up man who can't move. They're not afraid of me, but they know what I am, and that's the thing that sets them off. So I'm sure they'll be left with the feeling after we do this, we're just going to go take that son of a bitch out. So that SOB. Sometimes I say it means silly old boy, but sometimes I just tell it like it is. Anyway, and the reason why the White House is important to me, well, see, the White House is important to all these people. They're from all over the world. They're heads of the Communist Party from all over the world. And by the way, Putin from Russia is not aware of any of this. None. And like I told you, he's going to bring democracy, and Trump, he ain't done. There are things controlling what happens, even though it's not being done properly to my specs. It will be as soon as I'm out of here. And hopefully, as they try to produce this event, it'll be what it takes for me to get out of here, to finally have this same part of me just finish killing this body and pull me out. I'll be ready to come out, but it's gonna be hard to get me out. All the fighting I've done, the more, when you source, you bond with everything, and then the more power you use, the more you bond. So you really have to destroy the hell out of the body. It's like my last life as Gandhi. They shot me 4 times. And no, it wasn't 3, it was 4. There's proof of it now that's been found. Anyway, I said that years ago, and people were like, you're wrong, whatever. I love them anyway. So anyway, my connection to the White House, one of my lives was George Washington. Okay, and I wanted real bad to lead our army, to lead our fight against the enemy, to declare our independence. I wanted that. I wanted to fight. I'm aggressive. As a matter of fact, there was a meeting going on about with Congress or whatever, our group, whatever we called ourselves back then, and I showed up at the meeting in one of my uniforms. I forget what it was we fought, but I wore that same uniform, and of course we won that war, the little one. And then after I got out, I think it was, I just looked it up, I should remember, 1781, our war for independence was pretty much over, but according to Wikipedia, I think 1783 is when the fighting actually stopped. I can't go back in time and look and see. I see basic things. And I can hardly, see a whole lot anymore. This body is close to dropping dead, and just wish it'd hurry up. If I had my way, I'd be gone already, taking care of this stuff, not letting it get this far. And in 1989 is when they were building the White House, and they started. They painted it. They put a material on, like a whitewash, to help it last through the seasons, give it durability. But the whole building was white on the outside, on the inside, and everything else. When they asked me to be the first president, I didn't want to do it. When I knew they were going to ask, and I was getting excited about it, and I said, I don't want that headache. I wanted to fight. I wanted to help get our independence. I wanted to fight, but I really didn't want to deal with the other stuff. They actually painted the White House inside and out white, trying to help push for me to be the first president. We're a new country. We were nuts in a lot of ways. We had to have something to come together on. And because I just happened to be the one in charge of the military, and we just won a military battle, they figured, okay, that's the way to do it. Well, if you go to my house, when I was George Washington, it was white inside and out. It's white, inside, outside. It's not a white supremacy thing, okay, for people who want to go there. white reflects a lot of light, and I liked having a lot of light. Um, People get so flipped out on this race thing. It's amazing. Once they finally waken up, and they will when I get out of here, they'll start waking up, and they realize they've been every different color, and every different religion, and every different everything else. They're gonna go, oh, yeah. Then your racism kind of falls away, and what you're left with is people who are rioting because they want to steal, because they want to destroy, because they're trying to take down the government. These minions left from the Anunnaki, like I said, they're paying, they pay the people that put all this stuff together. So there's a lot of money floating around. That's all over the world, but right now they're really concentrated on the U.S. Anyway, so that was part of them coaxing me in. I very reluctantly accepted that when I went there. And while I'm at it, everyone thinks if you were an important person, you had a wonderful life. My life as Gandhi it sucked so bad on so many levels. And my life as George Washington, when I died, I had lung disease like I have now. It finally shot me down. You'll find in their medical examiner somewhere that there was something wrong with my throat. They called it some type of disease. Well, my bacteria in my body were changed from protecting my body from other bacteria to attacking my immune system, actually attacking my body and killing it. So they turned my immune system against me is basically what it is. I should have said it like that the first time. So anyway, and my wife was such a bitch. Love her, but she was just such a man. One of the first things I remembered about being George Washington was I was sitting at a table trying to eat. And I had this cherry tooth made out of cherry that I really liked because I like the cherry wood. It was like a nice taste in the mouth. It was a little bit smaller, so it fit nice. But I had apple orchards everywhere. Every time I went to bite an apple, it'd get stuck in there, and I'd have to pull it out, put it in. And one morning, when you're alone in your house, you can be every bit a man, but there's times when you're just like, you're done with stuff. You just want to relax. And it's like, damn it, really got to deal with this too. So anyway, when that happened, I said, damn it, I wish this tooth was just a little bit bigger, man. I'm tired of this crap. And she looked at me and she goes, really, George? Really? She was a pain. She was one of the worst wives I've ever had. Anyway, so I want to tell you that's some of what's going on right now. I just wanted you to understand other stuff that's happening. They're planning on blowing up the White House. They don't want to just level it. They want people to see the White House with about 2/3 of it blown up, because it represents freedom for everyone. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's let this go.